What's up, guys? I got another crazy video with my boy John Brown in it, man, from Atlantic City. Cat I grew up with, man. Came up. I learned so much from this guy, man. And here's another robbery where they robbed him, man. Robbed him like crazy, man. And with Diego Corrales. This is another exposure where John Brown exposed this 6-foot cat. And let everybody know that he is not as technically as sound as he could be. He's sure he has punching power, but he couldn't effectively put John Brown in a position where he could land them punches. And early on, he rocked John a few times, but in the end, John looked like he took at least the last 4 or 5 rounds, man, easily. And they made it seem like John was losing, the commentators, and then when the judges in the end gave it a unanimous decision for Corrales. They was trying to set him up for a fight with Mayweather already. So let's check it out. You can see first John couldn't quite get in there, but later on in the fight he started landing them overhand rights. And he started landing that jab, which he was trying to establish early on. Corrales, early on, popped John real hard with some hooks. With right hand and a hook, I believe. Knocked him back for a minute. But I think John was more off balance because of his excitement and really trying to get at Corrales. John was really trying to come at him, and there was a rumor that Corrales wasn't even in shape for this. Like he was lost a lot of weight, like 17 pounds in 3 days or something crazy. You know how they do that dropping weight stuff. It's crazy anyway. But they was expecting him not to have all this energy in this fight. But John Brown is on top of him, man, staying on top of him. Pretty much the whole fight, he's going to be on top of him like this. And it's sad how boxing is, man, how politics is. It's the 3rd round. See, he got caught. That's what Corrales' power made John respect him a little bit more. But he didn't hit him anymore after that. John Brown got more busy after this action, kept pressure on him. And only thing Corrales had throughout the fight was those hooks, throwing them low. And they was hitting John Brown's arms, wasn't even hitting him. That's all he was doing, just throwing hooks and uppercuts, just like that, all day. And they wasn't really effective. But, that was a nice little uppercut. But the thing is, they made it look like John lost horribly, unanimously. But as we go through this, from round, this round 4, John started getting closer and closer to Corrales and started landing more punches. He never tired. He kept coming. And Corrales was really, it seemed like he wasn't in shape for this fight because he was really discouraged throughout the fight. He was just throwing little punches. He didn't even throw that many punches. And the commentators was over there acting like he was landing all these great sharp jabs, but he was barely punching, man. See them punches right there? That's what he been doing. Low to John Brown's arms all day. All day. And John's chasing them back just like that all day. And John started landing really a lot more in the end. See, in the beginning, John was running into a lot of punches too. He'll get caught, but when we go down farther into this fight, this is round 6, it's gonna start turning around. And John wasn't getting hit with those same punches anymore, but he was continuing with the same pressure. And he started landing on Corrales even more, especially with his jab. And it was like, oh God, I should have heard the commentation. It was just like Like John, everything he did didn't mean nothing. You know, they did John bad in his career, man. He was a really tough little guy, man. Especially to be so small. He went up to the big, taller guys and heavier weights. It's round 7. See, he's still putting pressure. Corrales starting to die out now. Corrales can't land any of them shots that he was landing. It was a wrap after the 7th round. Corrales ain't land no more power shot. I don't know how they do him like that, how they do John like that. It was all a setup. Man, look like they was trying to drown John over there. Look like they was trying to drown my brother. So we on around 11 right here, and this is just to show you how John really started putting more pressure and we started landing more. You know, the crowd, when they gave Diego Corrales the unanimous decision, the crowd went crazy. It was booing and all kind of stuff because John really started touching him with that jab. Every time he'd go in, right hands, jabs. And Corrales was just trying to land that one punch again, and he couldn't. Not the one that really knocked John down earlier or knocked him back. But John was the one who stayed busy, man. Kept Corrales backing up. Going under, over, under. So this was an exposure of Corrales. John Brown exposed a lot of fighters, man. He exposed Shane Mosley. I showed y'all guys that the other day. Show you that these guys not as great as they cracked out to be. You know, they pump them up. They this and they that for the media. But here it is, a 5'3". John Brown is 5'3", and he's taking it to Corrales. Taking it to Corrales, and it ain't like, you know, Corrales not stronger. Corrales bigger and stronger, but you know, boxing is a skill. You got to be able to touch a person. No matter how strong you are, if you can't hit me, you can't beat me. And John, here we go to the last round. You know, John ain't got the strength or the size to really beat this guy. But it's amazing that he's still there, and he's bringing the fight to Corrales. You know, he's being like a little pesky mosquito. You know. And Corrales is known for trading, but he won't trade with John. You know, he'll get a punch off with John from under. He throw a few under, but he can't really stand up and trade with John. That was nice. Corrales timed that right hand under was nice. There it is.